Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a really powerful 7-day challenge that's all about unlocking your potential. It's a simple, super practical framework for real growth. Let's get right into it. So let me ask you something. Have you ever had a crush? I mean, a real one. The source for this whole idea, Hamish Madan, tells this amazing story from when he was in the 9th grade. He would literally stand outside in the blazing summer heat every single afternoon just to catch a 1-second glimpse of his crush riding her bike past. He didn't care about the heat, the sweat, none of it mattered. And that story just leads to this really powerful question, doesn't it? We will gladly put up with all kinds of discomfort for something we want. A new relationship, a video game, that perfect vacation. We'll stay up late, we'll sit for hours, we'll push through being tired, and we'll do it with a smile. But the second it comes to the discomfort of our career goals, or learning a new skill, or public speaking, we bolt. Why is that? Now, you've heard this a million times, right? Every self-help video seems to scream it. Get out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is the enemy. But what if that's just a big lie? Or at the very least, a huge misunderstanding? Today, we're gonna flip that idea on its head. I mean, just think about it for a second. Is your home a bad place? Are your close friends, the people you can truly 100% be yourself with, are they a negative influence? Of course not. See, comfort isn't the problem. Comfort is our home base. It's where we recharge our batteries and recover. It's absolutely essential.
So here's the crucial point. The danger isn't having a comfort zone. The real problem is staying there forever and never leaving. The problem is stagnation. Real growth happens when we learn to step out of it, and then, this is just as important, return to it to rest. And believe it or not, there's actually a psychological principle that explains this perfectly. It's called the Yerkes-Dodson law, and it's all about something called optimal anxiety. Basically, it says that our performance gets better with a little bit of stress or pressure, but only up to a certain point. So look at it this way. If you have too little stress, you're just too relaxed, you don't really care about that exam, your performance is going to be pretty low. But on the flip side, if you have way too much stress, you start to panic, you overthink everything, and your performance crashes again. The magic, the sweet spot for peak performance is right there in the middle. That's optimal stress. And to make this even easier to picture, we can map this idea onto 3 distinct zones. First, you've got your comfort zone. Let's call that blue. This is where stress is low, but so is performance. Then, way over on the other end, you've got the panic zone. We'll call that red. That's high stress and, again, low performance. And right there in the middle, that's the sweet spot. That's the learning and growth zone, our green zone. That's where optimal anxiety lives. So, the goal isn't to live in a state of constant, uncomfortable growth. That just pushes you right into the red panic zone. The real secret, and this is the whole principle behind our 7-day challenge, is to learn how to strategically step into that green learning zone and then step back into your blue comfort zone to recover. It's like a dance between the two. Okay, so you're probably asking, how do I actually master this dance? Well, this is where our 7-day challenge gets really practical. It's all built on a simple 3-step framework. First, you're gonna build your safety net. Second, you'll adopt growth thinking. And third, you'll build your discomfort immunity. Let's break each one down. All right, step 1 is all about building your safety net. We often think fear is what stops us, but that can't be right. I mean, people pay good money to be terrified on roller coasters or by horror movies. Why? It's because their brain perceives a safety net. It knows that even though it feels scary, they are fundamentally safe. We can actually build that same psychological safety net for our goals. First, do a really simple cost-benefit analysis. Just ask yourself, okay, realistically, what is the absolute worst thing that could happen here? And what's the best? Just getting clear on that often shrinks the fear right down to size. Second, build belief. Study the stories of people who've already walked the path you want to walk. When you see their failures and their successes, your brain starts to realize the path is survivable. It creates that safety net.
Okay, step 2 is adopting growth thinking. And what this really means is we have to stop thinking in these black and white extremes. That yes or no, success or failure kind of trap.
So here's the difference. On the left, you've got binary thinking. It asks these huge, overwhelming yes or no questions, like should I start a business? A question that big can immediately trigger panic. But on the right, you've got growth thinking. It breaks things down. It asks, what's one small step I can take just to learn a little more? That approach keeps you right in that productive green learning zone. And finally, we get to step 3, which is all about taking action. Build discomfort immunity. This idea is actually inspired by some old school Stoic philosophy, and it's where our 7-day challenge really comes to life. The goal here is simple, but it is so profound. We need to train our brain to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Why? Because the learning zone, that green zone, is by its very nature uncomfortable. So if we can make friends with that feeling in small, controlled ways, our ability to enter and stay in the learning zone grows like crazy. It's like building a willpower muscle.
So, what does this actually look like in real life? Well, here are some super simple challenges you can try for 7 days. Drink something with a taste you don't like. Intentionally skip watching TV for one day. Put your phone away an hour before you go to sleep. Or hey, even try taking a cold shower. These little acts of voluntary discomfort build incredible mental resilience. Ultimately, all of this, it all comes down to one core idea. We can talk about growth all day long, we can watch videos and feel inspired, but absolutely nothing changes without action. This quote just says it all. You are what you do, not what you say you will do. So I'll leave you with this question. What is the one small, voluntary discomfort that you will choose to face this week? Your journey into that learning zone, it starts with that one simple choice.